That's that deadly.
Player one.
I can make them put their hands to the ceiling. I can make you disperse cash for the feeling. Give it up. I ain't focused on nothing but cash peeling. Yeah, these niggas ain't on shit. They need to kill it. I'm geeky as fuck. Slim in the building. Really bout it. Big dog on campus. Yeah, I'm building. Checking for the chicken. Early morning kitchen. Ziploc ripping. Children of the corn. We ain't asking for permission. Long nights, hard work, all dedication. Even my bitch anxious, sparking up cause we impatient. Falling out with niggas, the more I'm on paper chasing. In my own zone, speedway and I'm private planing. Yeah, nah, I ain't complaining, just won't settle for that basic. Know the times changing, fuck getting it how these hoes gave it. Yeah, fuck niggas do fuck shit, that's how they play it. Yeah, sometimes all you got is your roots and your foundations. Turn it up a level, turn it up a notch. I was in the days when I got the guap. I was with my niggas swerving, bending blocks. 3 in the morning, but the grinding never stops. Turn it up a level, turn it up a notch. I was making plays in the parking lot. I was with my twin, we was ducking cops. Hard to trust the bitch, she gon' give me God.
What's good, YouTube? What's the deal? It's your boy KM Lucci, and you are back with another installment, back with another reaction, back with another video. It's early morning tip. I'm fresh out the shower, and I'm loving it. Like Mickey D's, you feel me? We about to get in tune and get in tune real good. Today we got, well, to start it off in the morning, you know what I'm saying? This is the first video. So we getting it down and coagulated. What's it called? We got Sauce Walka exposing Johnny Dang. Not Johnny Dang, but Johnny Dang. You feel me? The king of the ice, baby. You know what I'm saying? The nigga that get you dripped up for 10 bands. You know what I'm saying? Nigga walk through the Rolling Loud, getting niggas chain sizes and shit, moldings for their grills. Johnny Dang out here selling fake chains. You know, fake diamonds, fake rollies. You know what I'm saying? But Sauce Walka, nah, he's just basically on his ass. He exposing him, and we about to get the whole intel right now. By the way, before we start, I just want to make sure y'all know to like and comment. Make sure y'all engage with your boy, man. I ain't doing this just to hear myself talk. I'm trying to see what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? We experiencing all these videos for the first time together. And yeah, so stay tapped in and stay tuned in. And for those that have been, thank you. I appreciate you and I love you. For all new subscribers, hit the subscription, click the bell. You see every time I drop some new shit. Now let's get going. I'm not gonna lie to y'all either. I'm hella excited about watching this video because Sauce Walka been on Johnny Dang's ass for, I want to say, a good year and a half, 2 years. This nigga Sauce Walka done put up. He got new jewelers. He done what's it called? He done went to Eliante and what's it called? It's a Ben Baller. You know what I'm saying? He fuck with everybody else except Johnny Dang. And you know what's crazy is they used to. You see this picture right here? They used to be really cool. So I think he just got too cool and found a little bit of his operation to be funky. He wasn't fucking with him. Let's check it out.
Did nothing better than what I got in my mind, which I don't understand. Johnny wanted to put some smile in my mind. I don't want no free. He wanted to give me some free shit that was way smaller than this. I don't want no free. I want my money and I want to go over the top, best of the best, biggest of the biggest, make it work.
A 20-year friendship in the Houston jewelry game just went nuclear, and the explosive truth behind Johnny Dang's $200 million empire is about to rock the entire hip-hop community to
It's time for Paul Wall to take over when it comes to Texas.
its core. Behind the diamond grills and million-dollar chains, Sauce Walka was running up serious money at Johnny Dang's shop for 2 decades. We're talking $500,000 purchases, countless chains, and loyalty that ran...
Not for 20 years. Not for no 20 years. I could see maybe 5, maybe 7. I don't know about 20 years. I mean, Sauce Walka been shopping with Johnny Dang since he was like 10, 11 years old.
Deeper than business. But when Sauce discovered he was getting finessed with overpriced jewelry and lab-grown diamonds passed off as natural stones, everything changed. The shocking truth behind what brought down one of hip-hop's most iconic jeweler relationships is more calculated and cutthroat than anyone imagined. And we're about to reveal it all, including the bombshell audio that
Get to the meat and potatoes, nigga.
has Johnny Dang scrambling to protect his
We all up early and shit, man. Get to the meat and potatoes, nigga.
reputation. Now, before we get into this wild ride, let me keep it 100 with y'all. Social media been buzzing about this Sauce Walka and Johnny Dang's situation, with people picking sides and throwing around accusations. But yo, we about to separate the facts from the fiction, the real from the fake, because this story goes way deeper than just some rap beef. Now, hold
It
up
has
before
to.
y'all start thinking this was just some random internet drama. This wasn't beef between strangers or some manufactured controversy for clout. Johnny Dang and Sauce Walka had known each other for over 20 years. We're talking about a relationship that started when Sauce
How old is Sauce?
was coming up in the Houston scene, spending serious bread at Johnny's shop, building what seemed like unbreakable loyalty. But here's where it gets real spicy. Sometimes the people closest to you are the ones positioning to play you the hardest. So check it.
Oh, you know what? I'm wrong. It could be a 20-year relationship. If Sauce is like 35, 36, he could have been shopping with Johnny Dang when he was 15, 16. Feel me? Niggas been getting money. I don't put it past him.
Let me paint this picture for y'all. Johnny Dang came to America from Vietnam with nothing but a dream and the hunger to make it in a foreign country. Started from
Ciao.
a flea market booth in Houston.
Fuck with my Vietnamese. My one of my best friends, my brother, is actually black and Vietnamese. Inglewood. With the swivels too. Got the most hands, bro, with the swivels. Promise you.
Houston, grinding every single day, learning English, building relationships with local artists who were just starting to blow up. This man turned that small operation into a $200 million jewelry empire, becoming the go-to jeweler for every major rapper from Houston to Atlanta to Los Angeles. But what made Johnny Dang's rise so calculated was how he
That's crazy too. His name Johnny. Johnny Dang Vietnamese, or Vietnamese, excuse me. Johnny Dang Vietnamese. My boy Johnny is Vietnamese. Black. That shit hard.
specifically targeted the hip-hop market during its explosive growth in the early 2000s. While traditional jewelers were still stuck in old-school methods, Johnny understood that rappers wanted custom pieces that reflected their personalities and success. He wasn't just selling jewelry, he was selling status symbols, conversation pieces, and artistic expressions that could make or break an artist's image. The Houston
It's facts.
hip-hop scene was the perfect launching pad. This wasn't just any city. Houston had birthed legends like DJ Screw, UGK, and was home to a thriving underground scene where artists were hungry to showcase their success through ice. Johnny positioned himself right in the middle of this cultural explosion, offering payment plans, custom designs, and personal relationships that made artists feel like family.
Texas been known for that shining and shit though, riding donks. They created the donk. You feel me? Riding donks, nigga. Fucking blinging, trunk with the box booming. Texas did that shit. Um, what's it called? I don't think it was ever a time where Texas wasn't known for having that shiny shit. Golds in their mouth and all that shit. I believe they the ones that came out with the Kiki the Don. Yeah, came out wanna be a baller, shot caller, 20-inch blades on the Impala. It's the whole lifestyle.
While they spent their advance money in touring profits. Now, in the hip-hop jewelry game, we know loyalty runs deep. When you find a jeweler who understands your vision, who can bring your wildest diamond dreams to life, you stick with them. You become family. That's exactly what happened between
You know, it'd be crazy. This nigga Johnny Dang wearing all the real shit and giving these niggas moissanite. That shit be cold in the mud.
Johnny Dang and Sauce Walka. For 2 decades, Sauce was dropping serious money at Johnny's shop. We're talking about a $500,000 chain purchase, countless grills, pendants, bracelets, the whole nine. Sauce was a walking advertisement for Johnny Dang's craftsmanship, but yo, this is where the story gets deeper than just customer loyalty. See, while Sauce
He had that high tech in his hand.
was spending hundreds of thousands in building Johnny's reputation in Houston, other artists, particularly out-of-town rappers, were getting special treatment that Sauce wasn't receiving. Johnny had developed a tiered system where certain celebrities got free promotional pieces, discounted rates, or exclusive access to new designs, while loyal local customers like Sauce were paying full freight for everything. The jewelry game operates on perception and exclusivity. When rappers see their favorite artist wearing pieces from a specific jeweler, they want to shop there too. Johnny understood this psychology and used it to build his empire. He would give high-profile artists free or discounted pieces in exchange for social media posts and public appearances wearing his jewelry. But longtime customers who had been supporting him before he was famous weren't getting those same benefits. The real kicker, though, according to industry sources, Johnny Dang had been running a calculated game on his rapper clientele. Word started circulating that he was charging premium prices for jewelry while using CVD diamonds, that's lab-grown artificial diamonds,
Poisonite.
and passing them off as natural stones. We're talking about rappers paying $50,000 to $100,000 for pieces they thought contained natural
But they really be worth like 20 bands, 10 bands.
diamonds worth that price when in reality they
You know, I put y'all up on game, bro, because I got a brother. I got so many resources in this shit. But one of my brothers, Ty, he molds grills and he does the grills. He got a whole got the whole thing at in his possession. Um, make your grills. We used to make grills in Menifee. Was up in Menifee, and I was like not an apprentice, but more so just the homie that was riding along. You know what I'm saying, learning the game, but didn't have the money to invest in nothing. And he was putting me up on games, showing me all the he spent like 17,000 for his machine, bro. You know what I'm saying? 17,000 for the machine, and that was on a hooked up price from a friend of a friend. You feel me? And yeah, man, this jewelry game is a whole hustle. Um, niggas be buying shit for like, you know, it's still a good price, you know what I'm saying, to like for like grams of gold and all that stuff. But bro, they is taxing you times three, times four what the real original price is. You feel me? So these niggas be buying these bust down jewelries and shit like that. It's lowering the value because you damaging the jewelry, putting the implanting these diamonds in it. When you sell that bitch, you're gonna lose about 15, 20 bands when you try to sell that motherfucker. If you ever get in hard times, you gotta put that bitch up or anything. You better off just melting shit down. You know what I'm saying? And making something new. 'Cause you're gonna lose about 15, 20 bands out of what you paid for, especially if you paying 50 to 100,000. And this thing got moissanite diamonds in that bitch. You lost about 30 to 35,000 on your investment.
were getting lab-created stones worth a fraction of what they paid.
I hope you don't get sued. I wonder if you can get sued for shit like that. This is usually what happens when niggas start making hella bread, though. They switch up on their brand. They go for the cheaper stuff so they can increase their interest. You know what I'm saying? They can get more money. You start getting hungrier and hungrier. It's like any fast food restaurant or something. I love how Black Sam had an interview with P Nice from Long Beach, and he was talking about how like he would be trying to like he talked to people they want to partner up with Marathon Burger, but then they start talking about, well, we can get these burgers for cheaper or we can get these buns for cheaper, and they don't understand why people stop coming to their shop, stop coming to their restaurants, because your food value, you know what I'm saying, just because you're making more money and we can spend less to get more money in, it's like it's not worth it. All money ain't good money, B. All money ain't good
The
money.
CVD
I'm over here talking like Money Mitch now. I'm over all money ain't good money, B. Nah, but all money ain't good money.
diamond controversy runs deeper than most people realize. These lab-grown stones can be created in weeks rather than the millions of years it takes for natural diamonds to form underground. While they're chemically identical to natural diamonds, their market value is significantly lower. A natural 2-carat diamond might cost $20,000, while the same quality CVD diamond could be produced for $3,000 to $5,000. When jewelers charge natural diamond prices for lab-grown stones without disclosure, they're essentially committing fraud. Everything exploded when Sauce Walka debuted what he called the world's first permanent $1 million grill made by celebrity jeweler Jose Giomata. This wasn't just any piece of jewelry. This grill was encrusted with 3-carat and 1-carat rose gold diamonds, worth between $20,000 to $50,000 per tooth across all 28 teeth. The mathematical precision alone was staggering. We're talking about over 50 carats of premium diamonds meticulously set in a permanent mouthpiece. When unveiling it, Sauce said on camera, "I'm gonna take out Johnny Dangs and put in the Geos. I'm taking out these and upgrading to these." We went from $100,000 to $1 million, you know what I'm saying? We setting a bar, the standard in Texas so high that we cannot be beaten.
World's most expensive grill, man. Sauce Walka, Plug Geo, you dig?
I'm gonna take out the Johnny Danes and put in the Geos. I'm sorry.
Let it be a nigga like Sauce Walka to pipe it up too, nigga. Let it be a nigga like Sauce Walka to tell everybody about how Johnny Dang shit fake. He gonna be the reason why he fall off.
I'm taking out these and I'm upgrading to these. You know what I'm saying? We went from 100,000 to 1 million. You know what I'm saying? Cause we had to, we setting the bar standard in the state of Texas so high that it cannot be beaten. Welcome to Texas.
That line right there, publicly comparing the two jewelers and framing the Johnny Dang grill as a downgrade, is what lit the fuse that burned down a 20-year relationship. But what made it even more devastating was the timing. Johnny Dang had been facing increased scrutiny about his business practices.
I think he's talking about 20-year relationship with Texas overall, with the state of Texas and his hip hop connections. I think that's what he's talking about. I don't think he's talking about Sauce Walka specifically with this 20. Cause I'm still stuck on that shit. I'm like, nigga, he keeps saying 20-year relationship. Nigga, I just man.
And here was one of his most loyal customers publicly declaring that his work wasn't up to million-dollar standards. But
Yep.
here's where it gets even more interesting. Jose J.O. Mata, the jeweler who made that million-dollar grill, wasn't just some random competitor. According to Johnny Dang's official business page, Gio was a former employee of Johnny Dang who abruptly stopped working for him in April 2021. This detail transforms the entire situation from a simple business competition to a personal betrayal involving insider knowledge. Let that sink in for a minute. From Johnny's perspective, Sauce didn't just switch jewelers. He went and gave a $1 million job to a man who used to work under Johnny, learned his techniques, understood his business model, knew his pricing strategies. Sauce didn't just switch jewelers.
Look at this nigga Walker. He walking. I've got chicken.
He went and gave a $1
I've
million
got
job to a man
chicken.
who used to work under Johnny, learned his techniques, understood his business model, knew his pricing strategies, and then left and went into direct competition with him. Plug Gio had been posting hashtag #JohnnyWho on social media for months, and some comments alleged that Gio was actually copying designs from Johnny Dang while undercutting his prices. The employee-turned-competitor narrative is particularly painful in immigrant business communities. Johnny had invested time training Gio, sharing trade secrets, and bringing him
He got crossed out by his apprentice, bro. No way. No way.
into the inner circle of his operation. When employees leave to start competing businesses using knowledge gained from their former employer, it creates a unique type of business betrayal that goes beyond normal market competition. The street's been talking, and what came out was explosive. Plug Gio had previously exposed Johnny Dang publicly, claiming he was underpaid after grossing Johnny Dang over $9 million in 1 year. Think about
That's all it takes to start that shit. That's all it takes to start that shit. You gotta feed the wolves. You ain't feeding the wolves and niggas that's really putting in the work for your business to boom still. Cause you know once you make more money, you start doing less and people do more for you. Smart. If you're smart, you hire a team to do stuff for you. You're not doing everything by yourself no more. So you ain't feeding the wolves. You might get bit.
that number, $9 million in revenue from one employee's work, and according to Gio, he wasn't being compensated fairly for that contribution. But more importantly, Gio was also alleging that Johnny was selling rappers CVD diamonds instead of natural ones, basically confirming what industry insiders had been whispering about for years.
He basically was on some shit where he found out what Johnny Dang was doing, and he was like, "Fuck it, then we gonna hustle up. I'm gonna get my money." And he got him. He sold $9 million in revenue, and nigga didn't give his fair share. He said, "Fuck this nigga. I'm about to expose this nigga, and I got enough bread to start my own business. Plus the plugs, bro. You gotta remember, all these niggas that he's selling Johnny Dang's ice to, he got their contact information. He know where to pull up to meet these niggas or who their team looks like and who's a part of their team and who's you know what I'm saying? He's there. He's involved. So yeah, bro, feed the wolves, bro. You gotta feed the wolves, dog.
Gio's insider knowledge made his allegations particularly damaging because he had access to Johnny's supplier relationships, pricing structures, and business operations.
All the books. He got all the books.
When someone with that level of insider information starts making public accusations about fraudulent business practices, it carries more weight than outsider speculation. The day after the grill reveal, Johnny Dang uploaded a heated 4-part response that revealed just how deep this betrayal cut. In the video, you can hear the pain and anger in his voice, and it's clear this hit him on multiple levels: business, personal, and cultural. He mentioned
Johnny Dang got caught slipping, bro. Johnny Dang got caught slipping. He just like any other $100 million business. And they increased their profit margin by buying cheaper supply. Just like any other $100 million corporation, bro. And he got caught slipping, doing grimy work.
That he had already called Walka trying to get together for dinner to discuss creating a new grill and even potentially getting into business together. This suggests that Johnny knew there were issues in their relationship and was trying to address them before they became public. It's all good. You can shop around the world, you know, you don't need to put my name in there. But if you mention my name, put some respect on my name. If not, keep the fucking my name out your mouth. Now, this is
Yeah, and he broke I remember he like I remember that video. I remember that video. He did that in his office.
where we got to address what really happened behind the scenes. Rather than escalate aggressively, Sauce played it somewhat cool in his response, but also let slip what the real issue was all along. In Sauce's explanation of why he didn't go to Johnny for his $1 million grill, he breaks down his mindset with brutal honesty. Johnny don't want have did nothing better than what I got in my mind. I don't understand Johnny want to put some sense in my mind because he didn't want to go to size that I didn't want to go to because he ain't want to do what I wanted to do for the money I'm trying to drop. I ain't trying to do this. I don't want no free. He wanted to give me some free that was way smaller than this. I don't want no free. I want some my money, and I want to go over the top. Best of the best. Biggest of the biggest. Make it work. Sauce's frustration becomes clear when he continues. That's not going to fit. It's not going to in your mouth, correct? It's not going to, I don't give a fuck if it's going to fit. Make it fit. So I went to that. Geo made it fit. Made it happen. Give a damn about what you talking about. I don't want nothing for free. I don't want no free diamond, man. I want a free diamond boy chain for my people to pass it around with all my crew and rest of my gangsters. That's what it's for all y'all said. I want the biggest diamonds possible. Going.
They're probably about to give Sauce Walka a fat ass grill, boost his reputation for the grills again, and then start selling these niggas some fake ass grills, bro, and cash out on these niggas.
In my teeth, uncomfortably comfortable. I knew it was going to make my lips poke out. That's the point. The real tea that got everybody shook is what that comment revealed. Sauce felt like Johnny Dang was giving out free jewelry and special treatment to out-of-town rappers and celebrities, while Sauce, a longtime Houston customer who had spent hundreds of thousands at his shop over 2 decades, wasn't getting
Say millions.
that same treatment as a hometown artist. But what Sauce discovered was that Johnny was treating him like just another customer while rolling out the red carpet for artists who might drop big money once or twice but didn't have that deep, long-term relationship. Reports circulated that Sauce had previously asked Johnny for free jewelry and Johnny told him no. The same Johnny who was apparently giving free pieces to out-of-town celebrities for promotional purposes. According to Plug Geo's allegations, Johnny Dang had been running this scheme on multiple high-profile clients. Think about it. If you're charging $100,000 for a piece that contains $30,000 worth of CVD diamonds, you're making an extra $70,000 in profit while deceiving your customer about what they're actually buying.
Yeah, bro. They do that to you with gold chains. They do that to you with a lot of jewelry, bro. Period. Period. Times 3 or times 4 of what it costs them to make it. That's what the price is retail.
Multiply that across hundreds of high-end pieces over the years, and you're looking at millions of dollars in potentially fraudulent profits. The diamond certification system exists specifically to prevent this type of fraud. Natural diamonds come with certificates from organizations like GIA, Gemological Institute of America, that verify their origin and quality.
He raping these niggas, bro. Excuse me. He's raiding these niggas. Raiding their pocket. All the new artists, I remember like 2016, 2017, 2018, everything leading up before COVID. All the new rappers, when they got a grill or when they got their chain, they hit a TV Johnny. You know what I'm saying? That was like a status thing to put in your song. You know what I'm saying? I got my chain, or I got my people put it in their songs. You know, I got my grill from Johnny, or I got my chain from Johnny. And that shit finna, man, just imagine how long he been doing this for. Poison Night Diamond's been out for like 10 years now. 7 to 10 years now. Poison Night Diamond's been that I know of, that I've known of him. About 7 to 10 years. 7 to 10 years. So like, just imagine how many niggas he done ugh. Ugh, pockets heavy.
Lab-grown diamonds should be clearly marked as such on their certificates. If Johnny was providing natural diamond certificates for lab-grown stones, that would constitute serious fraud that could result in criminal charges. The real kicker, though, this wasn't just about one or two pieces. Industry sources suggest this was a systematic practice that helped Johnny build that $200 million empire. When you're dealing with rappers who might not be experts in diamond quality but trust
Yeah, he done got Floyd.
you as the professional, it's easy to take advantage of that trust. Many artists don't even request to see diamond certificates. They rely entirely on their jeweler's word about what they're purchasing. This scandal has implications that extend far beyond Johnny Dang's shop. If one of hip-hop's most trusted jewelers was allegedly engaging in these practices, it raises questions about the entire luxury jewelry market's relationship with the music industry.
Everybody that bought a piece from him is checking their shit as we speak.
How many other jewelers are using similar tactics? How many artists have overpaid for pieces they thought contained natural diamonds? In the hood, we know that your city is supposed to have your back. Houston has a tight
Yeah, check this out. That's dope.
tight-knit hip-hop community, and when you make it, you're supposed to look out for your people. Johnny Dang built his entire reputation on being Houston's jeweler, the guy who understood the local scene and took care of local artists. The Houston hip-hop scene has always operated on principles of mutual support and loyalty. When local artists blow up, they're expected to bring opportunities back to the city, support local businesses, and maintain connections to the community that raised them. Johnny Dang benefited enormously from this cultural expectation. Houston artists didn't just buy from him because of his skill, but because he was seen as part of the local family. So
When niggas found out about them diamond testers, bro, them diamond testers, we ain't worried about that shit. That shit, as long as it can contract heat, as long as the stone in your chain can contract heat, then it'll go up on the thing. That's the diamond tester. That's what it is. If it can contract heat, then it'll go off. You feel me? So it doesn't. It's supposed to be standard for diamonds, but moissanite will pass too, and that's where they be getting these niggas.
when Sauce, one of Houston's most consistent customers over 2 decades, felt like he was being
Like, I'm not gonna lie, Lil Baby, that nigga's smart, bro. I seen a post while back, and he was in the lab. He was studying these moissanite diamonds. I'm just like, I remember I had said, "Oh, this nigga Lil Baby, he already onto it. He's saving his bread. He just getting moissanite diamonds." And my brother Ty told me, he was like, "Nah, bro, it's not that. He's studying that shit, bro. He getting deep in the game, bro. He probably gonna end up making jewelry or something." I'm like, "Oh, okay, for sure." And I'm looking, I'm like, "Damn, nigga, yeah, he's really just studying. He really knows the difference. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be in the game."
treated as a second-class client while out-of-town artists got VIP treatment, that violated the unwritten rules of the city. That's not just business betrayal, that's cultural betrayal of the community support system that helped build Johnny's empire. The real question is, how many other artists were getting the same treatment? If Johnny was
All of them.
systematically overcharging for CVD diamonds and giving preferential treatment to certain clients while neglecting loyal long-term customers, Sauce's explosion wasn't just about his personal situation. It was about exposing a pattern that could affect the entire hip-hop jewelry market. But for Sauce Walka, this wasn't about disrespecting Johnny's come-up story or his achievements. This was about calling out what he saw as systematic disrespect and potentially fraudulent business practices that were hurting artists who trusted Johnny with their money.
That
Sauce's
business.
willingness to speak publicly despite their long relationship shows how serious these issues had become. The resolution of their conflict, with both men eventually squashing the beef at a Houston community
Look, Johnny smiling like a motherfucker. That's my money.
event, suggests that personal relationships can overcome business disputes. But the broader questions about transparency and fair dealing in the luxury jewelry market remain unresolved. At the end of the day, Sauce Walka's situation with Johnny Dang isn't just about two Houston figures having a disagreement over jewelry. It's about loyalty, respect, fair business practices, and what happens when trust breaks down in an industry built on personal relationships. The deeper lesson here is about the power dynamic.
Bro, if Sauce Walka really been shopping with Johnny Dang for 20 years, bro, I'd be wanting to kill that nigga, bro. I'm testing all my jewelry from this nigga, bro. Like for real, bro. I'd be wanting to hurt that boy.
Dynamics in the hip hop jewelry game. For decades, certain jewelers have held almost monopolistic control over the market, with artists trusting them completely without always understanding the technical aspects of what they're buying. When someone like Sauce Walka, with his platform and influence, publicly calls out questionable practices, it forces the entire industry to examine how business is being conducted. And Johnny Dang's rise from Vietnamese immigrant to $200 million jewelry mogul is genuinely inspiring. His story represents the American dream realized through hard work, cultural understanding, and building genuine relationships with his customers. But if that empire was built partly on overcharging loyal customers and using deceptive practices with diamond quality, then Sauce's expose was necessary to protect other artists from the same treatment. The CVD diamond controversy
Yep.
specifically represents a broader issue in luxury markets where customers rely on expert knowledge they don't possess themselves. When professionals abuse that trust for financial gain, it damages not just individual relationships, but the entire industry's credibility. The jewelry business depends on trust between artisan and client. When that trust is violated, it affects everyone in the market. This situation also highlights the evolving relationship between hip-hop artists and the businesses that serve them. As the culture has matured and artists have become more sophisticated about business, they're demanding the same level of transparency and professional service that any high-value customer would expect. The days of conducting major transactions based solely on personal relationships and handshake agreements are ending. The real question is, what this means for the culture moving forward. Will other artists start demanding more transparency about what they're buying? Will jewelers be forced to provide clearer documentation about diamond quality and pricing? Will the industry shift toward more honest business practices that protect both artisans and customers?
You know all the shit Johnny Dang wearing real.
The financial implications alone suggest that change is inevitable. When artists are spending 6 and 7 figures on jewelry pieces, they need and deserve the same level of documentation and protection that any major purchase would include. This means detailed receipts, diamond certificates, clear descriptions of materials used, and honest pricing that reflects actual value rather than celebrity markup.
This day and age though, niggas don't be reading before they sign. So it's crazy because he could probably have in there that he got CBD diamonds in that bitch. And he just told you yada yada yada. And because it's Johnny Dang, you trust his word. You looking right at him in his eyes and shit. You're not even looking at you just like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You signing that bitch. It's Johnny Dang, nigga. You feel me? That's crazy.
Based on recent footage, Johnny Dang and Sauce Walka have reportedly squashed their beef at a community event in Houston. They linked up in person and resolved it publicly, keeping it H-Town. This resolution shows the power of face-to-face communication and the strength of community bonds that can overcome business disagreements. But the conversation their conflict started about transparency and fair dealing in the hip-hop jewelry game is far from over. What are your thoughts on Sauce Walka's decision to expose Johnny Dang's business practices? Do you think longtime customers deserve special treatment, or should business always be strictly business? And how do you feel about the CVD diamond allegations? Is that fraud or just smart business? The line between legitimate business practices and customer exploitation can be thin, especially in luxury markets where markup is often more about brand value than material cost. The street's been watching, and now they know the truth. Sometimes the biggest betrayals come from the people you trust the most, and in the jewelry game, that trust can cost you everything. This story demonstrates that even established business relationships need clear boundaries and honest communication to survive. Real talk. This story shows that even in hip-hop, you got to verify what you're buying and never assume that loyalty guarantees fair treatment. The culture is changing, and artists are getting smarter about protecting their investments. Johnny Dang built an empire, but Sauce Walka just reminded everyone that empires can crumble when the foundation isn't solid. The resolution between these two Houston legends proves that conflicts can be resolved with respect and understanding, but the lessons learned from their public dispute will influence how business is conducted in the jewelry game for years to come. Transparency isn't just good business practice. It's essential for maintaining the trust that luxury markets depend on. What do y'all think? Was Sauce right to expose this, or should he have handled it differently? The balance between personal loyalty and business ethics isn't always clear, especially when millions of dollars and decades of relationships are involved. Drop your thoughts below, and make sure you're subscribed because we're about to dive into even more industry.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like Sauce Walker did his Dougie with that shit. Only way we resolving anything though when we link up is if I'm getting some of my money back. Straight up. Straight up. I'll agree to stop talking about you, talk about your jewelry, all that. But nope, don't try to sell me nothing. I need my money back, all inches. Feel me? And you know, I mean, what y'all think about the Moissanite though? That's what I want to know about. What y'all leave a comment about the Moissanite diamonds, man. Y'all think it's cool? To be honest with you, I think if I would rather purchase some moissanite diamonds, right? This because we always talked about this. Me and the homies, we always talked about this. But I would rather purchase some moissanite diamonds, right? And wear that out and have if I got some real jewelry, like some real like I'm a solid gold type nigga. I'm a solid like I want something solid. I want it plain. I don't like anything really busted down because it's just to me how I be moving and shit, I be outside, nigga. I might lose a diamond or two in the next 3, 4, 5 months. You feel me? So, I'd rather just prefer everything plain, anyways. But you know, yeah, bro. I'll get Moissanite's for shit show. I'll give me some. I'll give me a little wrapper chain with some Moissanite's. You know what I'm saying? Wear that out. Cause it's like it's safer. It's safer too. You get in a bad position, nigga. You feel me? Somebody get that shit, bro. You know how shit goes. But ain't gonna get no return value on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's just like shit, And it wasn't that much for me to lose, compared to if I wore some real shit and was in a bad position and you know what I'm saying, some bullshit happened. You just gotta take account for what it is. Everybody ain't Iron Man. I mean, shit. Nobody is exempt, bro. No one is exempt, bro. You think you the man man on campus. You think you the toughest in the world, bro. There's always somebody out there better than you. There's always somebody out there. You feel me? But that's why you gotta stay ready. So yeah, I feel like Moissanite's, bro. It's a good thing. But if you're doing it how they saying Johnny Dang was doing it with his business, it's bad business, bro. That's horrible business practices, bro. I'll be wanting to raid your shop, bro. I'm gonna do snatch and grabs, all that. You feel me? I'm orchestrating shit. Straight up, bro. I don't want no foul playing when I'm spending my money on my hard-earned money on. I don't want no foul play with. You feel me? So what y'all think? Leave a comment and go ahead and leave a like on the video if you was messing with it. You know what I'm saying? If you stand down, staying loyal, staying dedicated, go ahead and just give the video a like. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe to your boy KM Lucci and thank you for messing with your boy. This is the reactions channel KM Lucci. You feel me? And we out.